This is our beautiful model, Michelle. We're going to be adding about 8 inches of length to her hair. So we're going to be doing 3 rows. Now the bottom row we put in is going to help break up the line from where her hair ends to the length of extension you want to go. If Michelle's hair was longer and we were going to do 2 rows, we would part her hair about here and here. But because her hair is shorter, we're going to do 3 rows. So we're going to start the bottom row a little bit lower. It's always best to do the part in a slight curve. You want to clip up the remainder of her hair. So now we're going to grab our synthetic hair and start making the braid. Michelle has really fine hair, so it's going to be easier to make the braid if I spray it with some water first. So I just sprayed the area that's parted. Then I grab the synthetic hair. And now the process of making the braid. You're going to tilt her head over slightly. And we're going to start from one corner, work to the middle, start from the other corner, and work to the middle as well. You want to leave a little bit of her hair out on each side. So when she wears her hair up, it covers the braid. You're going to take her own hair and divide it into 3 sections. Take the first piece of synthetic hair and wrap it around all 3 sections, like this. Then you're going to take one of the fingers and go in between the 2 sections. And again, now you have 2 sections on top, and you'll take your finger and go between again. Then you take your second piece of synthetic hair and wrap it around all 3 pieces again. Now, each piece of her own hair should have a piece of synthetic hair with it. And so what you keep doing is, when you wrap it around, you're going to have 2 that are on one side, and you go in between, and you wrap around, and then there's 2 up here, and you stick your finger in between, and that's going to give you like a little braid motion. And you keep doing that and keep grabbing hair as you go. So you'll grab a little piece of hair, and again, you have 2, and you bring your finger in between, wrap this around, you have 2, bring your finger in between, grab a little bit of hair, take the one that's by itself, wrap it around, then you have 2, and you bring that, your finger in between, you have 2 here, and you bring your finger in between and grab a little bit of hair as you're going. And you actually keep doing this until you get to about the middle of her head. Grab a little bit of hair, wrap it around. This should not be painful. One of the ways you can actually cause damage is by doing extensions too tight. Now that we're in the middle section, you actually stop grabbing hair, but you keep braiding the same way. So basically you have 3 strands. Now a regular braid that you're doing all the way down to the ends of her hair. And if you'd like to have more information on how to do a cornrow, we have a more detailed video on cornrows. When you get to about here, you just want to clip this. You're going to just use your clip to seal the ends together. Grab your clip. We're going to just spin Michelle around so we can take a good look. So you take a small section of her hair, divide it into 3, take your first piece of synthetic hair, wrap it around, divide her hair into 3 pieces, and you can have 2 strands on top. You're going to bring your finger through, wrap the single piece around, and then you have 2 pieces. Bring your finger through, take the second piece of synthetic hair, wrap that all around as well. And on top you have 2 strands. You bring your finger through, wrap this piece around. At the bottom you have 2 strands. You bring your finger through and grab a little bit of her hair. So you wrap this one around, and there's 2 on top. You bring your finger through, wrap it around with 2 strands, bring your finger through, grab a little bit of hair. You're always grabbing a little bit of our own hair from the bottom. So you wrap around with 2 strands, bring your finger through, wrap around, 2 strands, bring your finger through, grab a little bit of our own hair. With 2 strands, bring your finger through, wrap around, 2 strands, bring your finger through, grab a little bit of hair. And you keep doing this until this braid reaches the other one. Now when it reaches the other one, you just keep braiding as if you were doing a regular braid. Braid down to the end of her hair. This part is actually just a regular braid. So now you've got these 2 little braids together, and the next step is to sew them together. Some people use elastics. I don't recommend this because I find it more damaging on the hair, and also it makes the braid really bulky.